Great babyfaces are harder to book than great heels. That's not even a hot take. Not because the fans hate good guys, but because booking babyfaces require more emotional intelligence. Booking a heel just requires heat and a lot of confidence. And most companies are way better at creating heat than actually protecting emotional investment. What's up? My name is Brian, aka Vigilante Talks, and today we're going to talk about why the greatest baby faces in pro wrestling were rare, why most of them fail, and why when one of them actually works, it feels special. First off, heels get to be emotionally honest. They can be selfish, they can be bitter, they can be insecure, they can be cruel. Because all of that is human. But when it comes to baby faces, they are expected to be inspiring without being preachy, strong without being arrogant, confident without being annoying, and successful without being unrelatable. That's a way tighter needle to thread. Think about Christian Cage during his previous run in AEW. He was allowed to be petty. He was allowed to be manipulative. He was allowed to say the quiet parts out loud.
You're starting to make your brother sound like the sober one.
Now imagine a babyface cutting the same promos he was cutting. Fans will call him fake, they will call him corny, or that he's trying too hard. And that's the problem. Heels are allowed to be real. Babyfaces are expected to be ideal. Look at it from this point of view. A heel could win dirty and still be interesting. But then a babyface has to win clean but not be boring. And that's incredibly hard. Look at Tanahashi. Tanahashi works because he didn't just win. He suffered first. He sold pain. He sold doubt. He sold vulnerability. His wins actually felt like a relief. Now compare that to a babyface who just beats everybody. That doesn't feel heroic. And that shit kills drama. That's why fans turn on overpush babyfaces. Not because they hate success, but because success without struggle feels empty. Let me give you a big example. The WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. To me, Cody works best when he is a babyface chasing the championship. The minute he becomes a champion, it loses that spark. Cody Rhodes sells the great underdog. Cody Rhodes sells that I want to see him win. And for people like me who love heels, he sells that I want to see him suffer. The thing with Cody Rhodes is that he is the face of the company, and we know WWE will do anything and everything to protect him, which is what's going on right now with Drew McIntyre. We about to go on the third, fourth match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, and 90% of the time when Cody is defending his championship, you go into this match knowing Cody Rhodes is going to win, and that takes a lot away from him. It just makes it this vicious cycle where you just get tired of seeing the same thing happen over and over and over again. Meanwhile, when Cody Rhodes was chasing Roman Reigns for the title, it felt great. Every match you wanted to see, is he going to make it? Is it going to happen? Is he going to lose again? Is he finally going to win? So to me, no hate to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes works best as a chaser than he does as a champion. But here's the little spice. You know, I like to add a little spice to all of my video. And in this one is that fans actually punish babyfaces for getting booked well. Because babyfaces become emotional lightning rods. If the company messes up, if someone else is getting underutilized, if the bookings feel predictable, fans don't yell at the system, they yell at the face of the system, which is usually the top babyface. It's currently happening to Cody Rhodes again, because it did happen to him at AEW, that happened to John Cena, that happened to Roman Reigns between 2015 and 2019. They didn't fail because they were bad characters or bad wrestlers. And honestly, heels don't gotta deal with that burden, because babyfaces cannot break the illusion. A heel could wink at the audience, but a babyface can't. A heel can be meta. A babyface has to stay sincere. Once that sincerity cracks, the babyfaces collapse. And that's why characters like Sting worked for decades. He never felt ironic. He never felt above the story. He believed in the world he was in. Modern babyfaces often fail because they try to be cool instead of being honest. And cool doesn't build trust. Honesty builds trust. That's why great babyfaces stand out historic. Tanahashi felt like hope. Mick Foley felt like heart. Bret Hart felt like moral clarity. And Bianca Belair feels like earned confidence. They didn't feel like characters. They felt like people that were trying their best. And that's harder to write than a villain just trying to be his worst. Let me give you another simple example. Something that happens in almost every promo in almost every show. A heel doing a heel promo, all he has to really do is shit on the city that they in, talk trash about their home team or home hero. A babyface have to go above and beyond and give an actually compelling promo. So yeah, the babyfaces are harder to book because they have to be vulnerable without being weak. Be strong without being arrogant. Win without feeling protected. Lose without feeling buried. And stay sincere without feeling corny. And that shit is not easy to do. That's fucking art. So let me ask you, who do you think is the hardest babyface to book in wrestling right now? And who do you think is actually pulling it off? My name is Brian, aka Vigilante Talks, and let's talk about it because that's what you follow me for. Or should follow me.